Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa, and I'm so happy you're here today. Sorry. Today I am doing 20 random facts about me. This is a tag that I've seen going around YouTube, and I figured it would give you guys a little bit more into who I am and all that jazz. So, let's well, first let's get out of the way. I'm sorry guys, I'm having brain farts today and I really don't know why. But anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let's get right into this. Alright guys, let's get into this. I think there's 20. Tell Melissa 20 random facts about me. Alright, the first one. I am the oldest sibling in my family. I have two sisters. I have my sister Megan, who is 14. And I have another sister, Michelle. She is 20. I'm horrible with my sister's ages. I'm really horrible with anybody's ages, so don't ask me. But, yeah. So, I am the oldest out of both of them. I am 28 years old. I am double jointed in my ankles. I can twist my ankles inward, and not everybody can do that. I think in my sister tag, me and my sister actually talked about this. I can twist my ankles like this. I can actually even like lay my foot like on its side. I'm actually doing it right now. And it does not hurt me. Everybody thinks I'm weird about it, especially Andrew. He thinks it is just so weird. And yeah. So, I don't really have any real talents with it, though, besides the fact that my ankles don't hurt when I put it in a certain position. So, I cannot fall asleep without an eye mask on and the fan on. The fan must always be on at night. It doesn't matter if it's the winter, the summer, spring, fall, does not matter. If it's cold outside, even if it's cold outside, I still need the fan on. And the eye mask, it's like one of those eye masks that, you put over your eyes in case nobody knows what that is. Everybody should, but, you never know. I need to have that eye mask on, otherwise I will not fall asleep. I will toss and turn all night. It does not matter if I am extremely tired or not. The eye mask must always be on. I also need to keep the TV on to fall asleep. I cannot fall asleep if the TV is not on. It is weird because before I met Andrew, I was not even able to sleep with the fan on or the TV. It had to be peaceful, quiet. If there was any sound, I would just not fall asleep. But then once I met him and I started sleeping over to his house, he was sleeping with the fan on all the time, and then he had the TV on, so I just kind of got used to it, and now I've adapted to where I need to have both of those on in order to go to sleep. Otherwise, I will not sleep. I got shingles when I was 11 years old. I know that this is like a lot of people get shingles, and you're like, Melissa, why are you talking about this? But not a lot of people get shingles when they're kids. I actually think it's rare. The doctors at the time thought it was rare. I don't know if kids these days get them, but I know my son doesn't. But it's weird because like kids usually don't get shingles when they're kids. Like, it's usually when you're older because you're more at risk for the shingles, especially if you've already had chickenpox. I had chickenpox, I believe I was 5 years old is what my dad told me. And then when I was 11, I had shingles, and I still have the scar on my back, and it was like the most painful thing ever. If you have ever had shingles, I am so sorry. You already know the pain. Like, it's very painful. It really is. And it's just like chickenpox. It itches, and if you itch it more, it irritates it more, and it's not a fun time. That was not a fun time in my life. Not at all. I put ranch on my subs. Now, Andrew thought it was something that I should put on here because he thinks it's weird that I put ranch on my subs because he says nobody does that. It really depends on my mood because I will put mayo on my subs. Do not ask me if I want Miracle Whip on my subs. First of all, Miracle Whip is not mayo. It is disgusting. Yeah, I most of the time, like 98% of the time, will put ranch on my subs, and Andrew thinks that's weird, so he thought I should put it on here, so there you have it. If you're weird like me and you do that same thing, comment down below. Let me know that so we can be weird together. I don't know. I have 2 pets. I have a cat and a dog. I have a cat that I really prefer not to even have, but you know, whatever. No. Me and that cat, I swear, our relationship is so weird. He loves to play around with me, and I just like, I think the reason why I don't like him is because he's mean to my dog sometimes. Sometimes he will just go, like, my dog will just, like, walk, and then my cat, Oliver, he'll just, like, smack him. And I'm like, why did you smack him? He didn't do nothing to you. I don't know if it's just my motherly instinct in me. I'm just like, don't hurt my baby. But, and then I have a dog, Duke. You guys should have seen them in my, furry friend tag video that I did with Megan. But I will also put pictures up of them right here. They are absolutely adorable, both of them, even though Oliver gets on my nerves half the time. But yeah, 2 loving pets right there. Alright, my dad has multiple sclerosis. Now, this is like a random fact that like everybody does not know. Some of you on here might know, I don't really know, but my dad has multiple sclerosis, or MS, as some people know it as. Basically, it attacks all of his muscles in his body, and it affects his brain as well. And you can see it, like, if he gets a CAT scan, you can see the MS progression in there. A lot of people ask why my dad is in a wheelchair. A lot of people at work ask that because, you know, I say that I take care of my dad, and they're like, oh, well, what's wrong with him? And yeah, he has MS. He has had it for about 22 years, somewhere around there. He's had it for a while. It's progressed more and more now, but my dad is a trooper about it. He really is. I commend him because I really don't know what I would do if I was in a wheelchair like that all the time, but he, for the most part, has a good outlook on it, and yeah, I think that's awesome. I have an associate's degree in early childhood education. I finally graduated with my associate's degree, I think it's 2 years ago. I was done with school in like 2014 or 15, but my online school wanted to play around with me and be like, oh, if you don't pay for this class, then you don't get your diploma, and then I paid for it, and they were like, oh, well, we haven't even gotten that record that you paid for it. It was annoying, and that is another reason why I will never do online school. I had such a bad experience with it. The professors never got back with me in time, and this school was in Iowa. It's Ashford University. I'm not going to talk bad about the school because the school was a good school. It just, like, the online experience was not good at all. I don't know how the campus life is, you know, so if you do go there and you are on campus, do not attack me for it because I don't even know what that life is like, but my online experience was not good. But then again, I am not the type of person that likes online classes. The only reason I did it was because my son was just born, and I couldn't really just, you know, go to college, go to an actual college on campus, because what if something happened? You know, I didn't want that to affect my school life. So, you know, that way if anything happened, if he was hospitalized or whatever, I could always take my laptop with me, do my homework, you know, it would never matter, you know, I could just take it with me. So I figured, you know, at the time it was best suited for me. Now I am actually enrolled at Baker College. If you guys don't know, which you probably don't, I'm from Michigan. I'm enrolled at Baker, and I'm working towards my bachelor's in early childhood education. It's a very long process because, yeah, there's been a lot of setbacks, but I will get back into it. I will. My favorite movie genre is horror. 9 times out of 10, if you ask me if I want to watch a movie, it's going to be a horror movie, unless you're my sister. When Megan asks me, oh, we'll watch whatever movie you want, majority of the time it's Disney, because that's the only genre that we can agree on, because yeah, I am a horror flick girl and she does not like horror. She's not for that, but yeah, I have some pretty good memories of watching Disney movies with my sister, so yeah. Okay, this is another like way I can only fall asleep. I can only fall asleep on my stomach. It is so weird, I think, because not a lot of people need to go on their stomach to fall asleep, but in order to even stay asleep, I have to be on my stomach. If I rotate to my back, I will wake up, and it's annoying because I will wake up at like 2 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I usually get up for work at 5:45. So if I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning because of my sleeping position, I get really upset. But yeah, so I can only fall asleep on my stomach, and it was actually aggravating when I was pregnant because you can't fall asleep on you can't sleep on your stomach because you know the baby's right there. So, but yeah, I have never been out of the country, not even to Canada. I live right by the border of Canada, and I've never been out of the United States of America. I have never been out of the United States of America. I always wanted to go, but you know, it's kind of like I hear stories, and I'm like, I really don't want to go through that. So, but I think it would be cool to go out of the country. So one day I will go. I hate the taste of coffee and tea. I have tried every type of coffee out there that you can think of. Tried everything. Andrew even gets me to try some new coffees and everything. Like, he just tried a new one at Starbucks. It was like almond milk. I forgot what it was called. But yeah, it was, without the coffee in it, it would probably be a good drink. I just hate the taste of coffee and tea. Like, it's just not, like, even sweet tea, it tastes nasty to me. Like, I just cannot. The only kind of tea that I can drink is, like, raspberry tea or something, you know? But those are, like, so high in sugar that it's like, what's the point? It's not even healthy. So, yeah, that's, like, a big downfall for me is that I don't like coffee or tea. Even when I'm sick, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I drink tea. Not this girl. She drinks plainly water. That's it. I moved 6 times when I was little. You may not think this is a big random fact, but it kind of is, because when I say little, I mean when I was a child. I moved 6 times within like 4 or 5 years. I moved like 6 times, and that's a lot for a kid. Like, I had to literally like pack up almost every single year and move somewhere. It was for good reason. A lot I'm not going to go into right now because I'm not comfortable talking about it on camera right now. But, yeah, I moved 6 times when I was little. I moved a lot more than that since then. I mean, you know, I was basically moving every year. Now, hopefully, I'm done with that because, you know, we just bought our own house and everything. So, hopefully, I'm done with that for a very long time. I don't want to move anywhere at this moment. I am deathly afraid of snakes. Okay, I don't care if they're in a cage. It still freaks me out that the snake is, like, right there with me. Like, I hate snakes so much. I cannot stand being around them. Whenever I'm around them, I'm just like, ugh. Like, I get goosebumps, and I just like, ugh, oh my god. It's so gross. I just don't like snakes at all. I have touched one before, and I literally screamed. That's how afraid I am of snakes. My favorite subject in school was English. A lot of people were like, oh, I liked science or social studies or history or whatever, or math or whatever. I loved English. Every time English class came around, I was like, yeah, I am ready to go. I'm so excited for English. Like, you know, and a lot of people were like, you're weird. But it was mostly the writing, because I love to write, like, stories. And a lot of stuff has happened in my childhood that I could make good stories about. Or, you know, like, I wrote one when I was in elementary school. It was an essay for a MEP test, and I actually got a scholarship. I got some scholarship money for that because I placed first in the essay portion of the MEP testing. I told a story about my childhood, which once again I'm not going to talk about on camera right now, but I told that story and in an essay format, and they absolutely loved it, and I came in first, so kudos to me. I am always cold. Ask Andrew. I'm always freezing. Even in the summertime, I will still find a way to be cold. In the summer, it's not so much, but, you know, even in fall, like, it will be 60 degrees outside, and I'll be like, I'm cold. And Andrew will just be like, why are you cold? It's like 60 degrees outside. That's just how I am. I'm just cold all the time. I didn't have allergies until I was 17 years old. Went through basically almost my whole life without or my whole childhood without any allergies, and then when I was 17 years old, bam, it hit. I'm allergic to fresh cut grass. I cannot even cut the grass outside. If I do, I have to wear a mask, but even then, it's so bad that I have to, I will just continue to sneeze and everything. I'm a little bit allergic to dust. Like, if there's a lot of dust floating around and I inhale it, then I will start sneezing, but not as bad as grass. Grass, I am highly allergic to. So, yeah. Okay, I work at a rehab facility as a housekeeper. A lot of people don't know that I am actually a housekeeper. At this rehab facility, in May, I will be there, 6 years. I almost said 7. I don't know why. 6 years. Right after I had my son, I got the job there. You know, I've worked there as long as my son has been alive, basically. I started out there as a housekeeper part-time, and that is also where I met Andrew, but he was working full-time. And he's actually stayed basically in the same department, but I have jumped around from different departments since in the 6 years that I've been there. I started out in housekeeping, and then I started working in laundry, and then I went to our warehouse unit where we give out medical supplies and everything to the clients, and bill them and everything. Most stressful time of my life. I don't like to reflect on it. The only reason why I went there was because it was more money, and I just, you know, was like, oh, I'm gonna go where the money's at. It was horrible. It was so stressful. And then I went back to housekeeping because I realized housekeeping was where my heart was and where I was happy. Alright, and last but not least, because this is a very long video and I'm so sorry, my first concert was a Taylor Swift concert. And as my fiance, I do not even like Taylor Swift anymore. Not that I don't like her. I mean, she's okay. Like, some of her songs I will jam to, but I'm not as big as into her as she was when she was a country singer. Honestly, in my opinion, I think she was better when she was a country singer, but maybe that's just my opinion, but whatever. Yeah. That is it for the 20 random facts about me. I hope you enjoyed learning more about me that maybe you didn't know, and yeah, if you like this, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Sorry that was weird. I was like, yeah. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.